before some boy that was walking with him introduced him to me. Anyway, I asked him if he would, I'm in the music department, we're all supposed to sell tickets to the musical we're putting on. So I asked him if he would buy tickets to the musical, and he says, yes, if you'll go with me. And I was great sense. We met each other.
What happened to men like that?
And Mom, I remember what you told me about Dad compared to the other guys, because he'd already been to the war.
And he wore a leather jacket and he walked with a pipe in his mouth.
In high school, I'd never dated anybody but, my grade or the next grade. And here was this mature guy with an Air Force leather jacket and smoking a
bomber jacket,
taller than the sky, and I was.
And you just went all fresh on him and asked him out.
Wow. She and her girlfriends used to sing the song, "Hal is a type for a pipe. Hal is a type for a pipe."
How original.
We really get things big and then Occidental.
That's the music department. I was such a goner that he had this clunky old car, and we called it Passionate Purple. It was some kind of a sick lavender pink color. So
What kind was it?
Mercury.
A Mercury?
And he was going to paint it, and he got me over by the boys. What was your hall? Residence hall.
Oh, I don't want to hear the rest of this.
Yeah. She sanded it.
I had to
took her 4 days.
On that car because I didn't want to go out in a Passionate Purple.
And 8 months after they met, I was born!
8 months after they met, you died.
Not after we met, but after we married.
That would be very unusual. 8 months after they met.
Yeah.
So what color did you paint it?
I don't remember. Probably passionate red.
Okay, so you went to the musical with them, right?
The rest is our secret.
And then you just you knew that was it? Did you guys start dating?
Did you hold hands on the first
No.
date?
No.
She was a very shy, retired lady.
How many dates till you
Yeah,
kissed
but I
her?
know you. You were holding hands.
1? All right, Dad.
No, but my dad was worried because I told you that most of the boys I brought around the house on dates, they were younger.
They were
My age
boys.
or 6 months older boys, And when he walked in the door, and he was 3 years older than I was and looked more mature, and my dad said,
Smoking a pipe.
Franny, you better, well, he didn't smoke the pipe in our house, but you watch him, he's been around.
He's been to Europe and back, right?
I'll bring a guy like that home for you.
He's been around the block.
Bomber jacket, smoking a pipe.
To Italy.
How did you ask friends?
I did ask you, but not on the boat.
Yeah.
I said, take your hat off, Dad. I got a question.
You take your hat off?
Tried to give me an engagement ring over at Marguerite and Carl's house. And because I had spent the night at Marguerite and Carl's house in order to be closer to Hal that night after a date. And I told him, I'm sorry. I can't let you put it on my finger. I have to ask my dad first.
Oh, you did?
So when we took me home that night, he asked me.
Grandpa, it was asked first.
Our dates would
Well,
be
that's the way
driving.
things were in those days.
Yeah.
Our dates would be
cute.
driving from Pasadena to Santa Monica, pick her up, drive her back to Pasadena to a dance or whatever we were doing, take her back to Santa Monica. There were no freeways in those days.
Wow.
Where was the dance?
Beg pardon?
In Pasadena.
Occidental.
Occidental
Really,
College is where we
I-
both went to school.
Yeah.
And we go along the beaches, and this is where the people
I did
dance.
I did not ever say that, Spencer.
Fresh.
That was the first time I kissed her.
Oh.
That Nicky place.
No, sir. You drove right by that.
She pointed out 4 or 5 spots before you got the clue.
I wasn't a loose woman. There was this old man named
No, she wasn't loose at all.
Mr. McDonald that worked at the post office, and he liked to drive me home after work, and it was
They did.
9
I hear this story.
o'clock when we got off, and and he was a very sweet old man. He'd buy me an ice cream cone on the way home. One night when we got to our house and parked, he says, "Francis,
We parked.
would it be all right if I kissed you?"
Oh
He's
my
a
gosh.
married old man,
Ew.
grandpa.
I knew this was gonna get.
Like,
Oh.
I knew. It was
and I says, "I'm sorry, Mac, but let's leave it the kind of friendship we have now."
Is that what you said? You didn't say